Hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about for loops in Python. And before we get started, let's talk about what a for loop is. So a for loop is a piece of code used to iterate over a sequence such as a list or a string. And also they can be used to repeat an action a certain number of times. And I know that was pretty difficult to understand, and that's normal. So I'm going to show you an example using Python. As you can see here, I have a list called fruits and where I have apple, banana, cherry, and kiwi. And what I want to do is I want to print each value in fruits one by one. So the way we can do this is by using a for loop. So the way we create a for loop is by just saying for, and we create a variable which can have any name. I'm going to name it fruit because each of the values is a fruit, and I'm going to put in fruits because each of the fruits are in the list fruits. So then we put in colon, and now I'm going to say print out fruit. So what happens here is that first this fruit variable is apple because apple is the first value in fruits, and then it completes this, and then it goes back and moves to the next value, which is banana. And it does that until kiwi, where it then moves to the next line, and I'm going to just say done, so we'll know when it's done. And now when we run this, it shows apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, and then done. So first it was apple, and then it printed apple, and it went to banana, and it printed banana, and then fruit became cherry, and it printed cherry, and then kiwi, and it printed kiwi. And then it exited out of this loop, out of the indent, and it printed out done. We can also use for loops to do a line of code a certain number of times. So the way we do this is by saying for I, it doesn't have to be I, but I like to use I, in range, and the number of how many times you want to do it. So I'm going to say 5, and I'm going to tell it to print pi 5 times. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then done. So what's actually going on here is that I is changing its value to 0, and then 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. So if I say to print I, it's actually going to show us 0 through 4, and it doesn't include 5. So there you go, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can also change the numbers that it starts at and the number that it ends at. So if I wanted it to start at 2 and end at, let's say, 7, then I can say 2 to 8 because remember that the last number isn't included when it prints out. So this will also do the numbers 2 through 7, and it'll print done. And that's pretty much the basics of how to use a for loop. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about if conditions. But that's all for now. Bye!